She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Never Date Just One. It is your host, Coach Erica, Arthur China T, and we are here today to learn how to roster date correctly if it's the last thing that we do. So I hope that your holiday was great. I hope that your Christmas Eve was great. I hope that all the time you spent with your family was great, put things in perspective, and you're ready to get ready to move into a new year coming up and ready to do things differently. So shout out to all my consistent subscribers who watch every video, make comments, and let me know that their presence here. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Still trying to hopefully get to 500 subscribers before the end of the year. That would be great. But if not, we'll just keep pushing. In the meantime, make sure you like, follow, share this page, and let's get into our content for today. So I've already uploaded a pre-video. I want to call it a pre-video because it definitely was directly relating to what our topic is going to be today, which is usefulness versus value. The video I already uploaded talks about Maria the scientist and how she played herself by holding down Young Thug throughout the entire time while he was in jail, court, and all that stuff, only for him to find out that he had been talking to several of the different women, up to 10, who was coming to see him as well in jail, taking his phone calls, probably dropping canteen, whatever they were doing. And then leaked video calls, which we know anytime somebody get out of jail, you already know them jail employees can't wait to leak it, especially somebody famous. And so to find out that he says that she loves him too much to the point where it scares him, and now he has decided to openly give her an apology. The disrespect was public, so now he wants to apologize publicly. If she would be a fool if she accepts it, but then we know how that is. A lot of women don't have any value and they don't know their worth, so of course they'll accept the public apology and keep on moving, disregarding the fact that it's still not just going to be her. So whatever her decision is with a thug, Young Thug, whatever her decision shall be, is it a direct correlation to where she is in her life right now? Vibrations are too low for any other man to see her beauty and say, okay, let me do her right, because what she has done is dug this hole that she's not going to be able to get herself out of. And I'm telling you, no man up here is going to dig down deep in there to pull her out once she does come to her senses and get rid of the thug. Okay, so usefulness versus value. Now, a lot of times you have been useful to a man where you are not valuable to him. That's where a lot of us have did too much, including myself, thinking that if we do all of these things, be here through all of these trials with him, all of these tribulations, hold him down, be that ride or die chick, it just gets you nowhere fast, picks up speed, and crash and burn. You've caught another body, caught another heartbreak, and sometimes a lot of y'all don't heal from that, which makes you decide, okay, today I'm going to be abstinent, today I'm going to be celibate, I'm not going to do anything else, because you don't now you no longer trust your own judgment with the men that you were invited into your world, when it's simply you just needed to heal properly and then go back out there to dating and stop attracting the energy that is of the low vibrations and low frequency. I just saw a video with Mooney Long, basically saying that she was in the studio one time a little early in her career, and she was in there just being negative, talking to a homegirl or somebody, just being negative about a situation. And when J. Cole walked in there, y'all know J. Cole vibrations or frequency has always been high. When he walked in there, because they were going to be working on the song together, and when he heard the conversation, she said he said about 2 minutes, and once he realized what they was talking about, he got up and walked out and didn't even say bye. And in the beginning, she didn't understand why, but that's because, again, when you're doing all that complaining and all that talking mess and all that cursing, the vibration is too low, and the frequency is too low for somebody who operates from up here to go down there. What people like him and me will do, simply remove ourselves from the situation and keep it moving, because nobody wants their energy depleted from energy vampires who don't even realize that they're zapping your energy by doing all that complaining and being negative. So if you are a negative person, if you have negative people around you, if you have those homegirls that keep calling you with their negative stories and you keep taking those calls, if you yourself have negative stories but don't have a solution, your vibrations are too low. Keep them to yourself. Work it out, get to the solution part, and once you get it solved, vibration will immediately rise, because now you're happier that it's no longer a problem, and then you can talk about it with the solution. But please stop complaining. Please stop talking negative. Stop using so much profanity because, again, low vibration, low frequency is a turnoff. All right. So now, being useful versus being valuable. All right. Whew. We have run the gamut with these men. Sometimes a lot of us were valuable to someone who took us serious, and for the majority of the part, we was just useful to whoever needed to be able to latch on to us to grow to whatever point they needed to grow into their life. So what is the difference? I'm going to break it down. When you're navigating your roster or anybody in dating or relationships, even in marriage, okay, it's essential to understand this distinction between being of value to a man or a woman, whatever your preference is, versus being useful to him. Okay, it is two different things. They sound alike. They vary in a lot of different ways. Okay, the difference lies in how he perceives and invests in you versus how he leverages you for his convenience. Let me say that again. The difference lies in how he perceives and values you versus leveraging you for his use. That is the difference between being useful and being valued, okay? Now, when you're useful to a man, he sees you as useful when he benefits from your actions without reciprocating in meaningful ways. We've all had that when we felt like we did A through Z for this man, and he didn't do nothing, he didn't even give us A. Never reciprocated nothing that we did, but never stopped us. Let me give you an example. One of those examples I told y'all about, when I held him down while he was in prison, he came home and his exact words would be, well, you did all that. I ain't asked you to do all that. You did it on your own. And so to hear that let me know that he was making use of me because I did not value myself, and to walk away from that and not even be involved in that. So since I didn't have my own value and my own worth to get out of there, he made use of it. He didn't never stop the canteens. He never stopped calling. He didn't do any of those things. He made use of all the information, even the help I gave him when he came home. And what did he do? Go run right back behind a girl who did none of that. See, his value was in a person who did not stay with him and hold him down. I was just of use to him while he was there, okay? So this often means providing support to him, emotional, financial, and physical, without him pouring back into you. You're being of use to him. He only calls you when he needs something, whether that's advice, errands, needs some sex, needs his ego stroke. You're going to be of use to him to do that. Your presence is transactional. He's focused on what you do for him rather than who you are to him. So you will get him there when he needs something done, or when he feels depleted on something else. You're going to pour back into him and fill him up, and then he's never going to return that favor to you. Okay. In roster dating, useful also leads to being the go-to woman for convenience, but not commitment. Okay. He will hit you up when it's convenient for him, whenever he needs sex, whenever he needs somebody to talk to, whenever he needs something that he needs to be done right then and there. His needs, you're of convenience. You make yourself readily available. He's going to hit you up every time. You're going to think that, girl, he just won't leave me alone. He's not going to leave you alone. You're providing his needs. He has no other options. Remember I told y'all, men with no other options are a red flag. So since there are no other options to fulfill those needs and it's just you, he's going to make very good use of you. And he's never going to stop it. And you're going to think that it's love bombing, and you're just being useful to him. Okay. He may keep you around for specific needs, but will never elevate you to the priority you deserve to be, which is why y'all have not become wives and you sat in a girlfriend space for too long, being of use to a man that allows you to sit in that place until he found his woman that he can go to and give all of that to. If it was even a woman, it could be another man. Whatever the case is, it wasn't you, because you didn't get to your ultimate goal of marriage. And again, every woman wants to be married, no matter how you've made yourself believe you don't. We all want to be married at least one time in our life. But a lot of you all have went through so many relationships, none ended in marriage, because you were not that valuable to him to marry, but you were definitely useful to him while you were there in his life. Being of value to a man. Being of value means a man cherishes your presence and sees you as an asset to his life beyond what you can do for him. That's those men who say they can't live another day without you. They can't sleep another night without you. He has value in you. He needs to be able to feel your presence, feel your energy, and be able to pour into you to make sure that you stay in a great headspace so that y'all can keep having a great time. You don't have a lot of experiences with that because you've never had that. You've had something that looks like that, love bombing, while being useful, but you've never had that particular thing where a man valued you so much that he just couldn't have another day without you. All right. It looks like him admiring your character, intellect, and energy. He loves having conversations with you. He loves like digging deep and like telling you things, and y'all having these intellectual conversations where he comes alive. A man who is using you for his benefit doesn't have those deep conversations with you, and you barely don't even know anything deep said it about him. You just know surface level stuff. The difference, okay? When a man values you, he invests time, effort, and resource into nurturing your relationship. He's going to make sure he spends enough time with you. That's not love bombing, and it's not going to be including any sex. Just being around you is enough. He's going to continue to nurture everything with you in terms of the resources. If you need some help, he's going to be there. He's going to be the person that's going to answer your call when you need help and be there for you in ways that no other person has been there for. A man who you're of use is will never be there for you when you need him, but you're going to always find yourself being there for him when he needs you. When you're of value to a man, he's going to see you as a partner in growth. And I told you about that word growth versus building. The man that is using you wants you to build for him. The man that wants to grow with you sees value in you because he knows that combining the two of you is just going to just explode into something beautiful. Okay? And he treats you with respect, care, and consistency. Consistent behavior across the board. The purpose of the roster. You get to see these men in all their versions, but on it, looking for their consistent behavior to see if it's going to continue to match what it was from day one, what it will be a day 6 months from now, what it will be a year from now. Consistency is key. When a man values you, he will very much be consistent. Okay? How it plays out in roster dating. A man who values you will actively work to secure his place in your life. He just won't rely on your willingness to give, but be willing to meet or exceed the energy you bring to the table. He won't even care what you bring to the table because he wants you there for the duration. So whether you come barefoot, naked, and with nothing, because he has value on you, he's not going to press you to go get anything to come sit at his table because it's already going to be set for two. He knew you were coming if he values you. Okay. Some men will keep a woman around for years, not because they see her as their future, but because she's useful to him in that moment, in that time when his vibrations are really low. He doesn't have a lot of things going on. That woman is pouring into him and is making him feel better by himself. His ego is being stroked. He is accomplishing things that she doesn't even know he's accomplishing because she still thinks that he can't do anything without her. He's doing everything behind her back without her, building himself up to get the hell out of there to get to the person he wants to be with, who is of value to him. These men enjoy the benefits that the woman provides: comfort, convenience, and care. Because y'all are care. Y'all are over love. Y'all are over invest. You're always available when they call. You're there every time. It's comforting when they come around you. While continuing their search for a woman they deem as valuable or aligned with their long-term vision. Again, his type. He has value in her. She's not easily manipulated. She's the one that got away. She doesn't stick around and let anybody treat her any kind of way. That's of value to him. This is why the dynamic happens. Comfort without commitment. Y'all let these men get too comfortable with you, moving in, driving your car, not taking you on dates, just chilling at the house, because there was no commitment. And he is not going to commit to a person who has become comfortable with his lack thereof presence. A man who isn't ready to commit or doesn't see you as his forever partner might still enjoy the benefits you bring to his life. You may offer him emotional support when he's stressed, as you all do, because you'll never let him sit in and figure it out on his own. You always got to be the problem solver. So you are useful to him for that. Physical intimacy without demands of a deeper commitment. You know that this sneaky link stuff, this side chick stuff, even this man that's your boyfriend just giving your body up thousands of times. He ain't committed to you one time. But you because you like what he got over there is the reason why you can't get up and walk away with your tail between your legs and know that you made a mistake. A sense of stability or companionship when it suits him. He is only going to be your companion, act like your man when he is in need of something, when it suits him. But the moment he doesn't need it, you're not going to be his priority. You're not his girl. He's still out there doing what? Looking for his forever partner. He keeps you around because it's comfortable and convenient, even if he knows deep down that he's not going to choose you for the long term. And because you've been so blinded, wool over your eyes because the sex is so good or whatever, you don't even realize that you've taken on this placeholder role, and this much time has went by and he has not advanced you to the next level in your life. The relationship is stagnant. Ship doesn't go nowhere. It's damn near sinking. You still on it trying to make sure you pour the water out with a bucket. He has jumped ship. You don't even know it yet. Next, the lack of effort to self-improve. Some men want a high-value woman, but aren't willing to do the work to attract her or keep her. Instead, he'll settle for someone who meets his immediate needs without them challenging him to grow. Told you, low vibrations. Your vibrations are here. His vibrations are here. You keep pouring into him. You don't want him to grow. You don't want him to do better. You don't even require him to do it, so he doesn't. But behind your back, he is growing. He is leveling up. You are still down here because you got too comfortable, too complacent. A useful woman might tolerate his bad habits and lack of ambition because you're going to make excuses. Well, he been in prison. Well, he said he trying to find a job, he just can't find one. He trying to do everything he can. I even made his resume. Being of use to him, making excuses for him, not holding him accountable as a man. And we talked about accountability already. A valuable woman will require him to step up his game emotionally, financially, and mentally, because she's not going to deal with that mess that he come with. So she's going to require that when he comes to her, that he's already fully built as one. That is what a healed person will require. That is what I require. That's why it's easy for them to go be with y'all, because with me, it feel like it's hard work, because I don't want the low vibrations. My vibrations are very much up here. I need somebody whose vibrations higher than mine. Them scutter bucket scallywags I used to deal with, I am of no interest of them. But guess what? I continue to add them to my Facebook friend list so they can look at me and all of my high frequency, high vibration stories that I put up, directly letting them know you're bad while their vibrations are still low. They're still making kids with different women, still living lowly, still criminals. You see what I'm saying? And I purposely add them to Facebook so they can see exactly what it is that they will never have access to again. He might delay pursuing a valuable woman until he feels ready, all while keeping his useful woman around. So when you say, girl, he ain't gonna never stop messing with me, of course he won't right now, because you're fulfilling his needs. But when I come along and there's a challenge with me, he's going to slowly get to where he's going to be trying to get up there with me. You still down there, don't even realize what he's doing. And when he finally get up to a place where he can get closer to me and feel like he can get me, he's going to get me. You're going to still be down there and your feelings going to be hurt. Why? Because you got complacent and you didn't challenge him to grow into a better man for you. He doesn't respect your boundaries. If you're overextending yourself to meet his needs, he may take advantage of your generosity without considering your emotional well-being. He doesn't care if your feelings are hurt. He doesn't care how you feel after you have given him everything and he gives you nothing. He does not care that you are crying. He walks past that. That doesn't move him anymore because he's getting what he wants, and he know if it was that bad for you, you would leave. A lot of y'all don't want to take the L, so of course he doesn't care about those tears. He's going to keep making use of you. A man who sees you as useful might call you only when he needs something, avoid discussing the future or commitment with you, and give just enough attention to keep you held on to prioritize him while he never prioritizes you. Okay? The lack of respect is a clear sign that he doesn't value you as a partner, only as someone who makes his life easier, when it should be the other way around. You should be wanting a man that make your life easier. Thus, in comes the roster, where you can now compare and contrast these men to see who is making your life easier, who is fulfilling your needs, who is prioritizing you, who does to you as valuable. But because you're so deep-setted and deep dating one man, putting all your eggs in one basket because you think it's just too tedious to deal with a roster, like my sister, you're going to get the same results. You're going to speed, zoom, crash, burn, blow up, and be back at square one with hurt feelings. She's the queen of it. She's doing it again. I don't understand how I can be her sister and I have this, yet she keeps telling me, oh yeah, and I just can't talk to most of men, but still keep willing to get her feelings hurt by one man. This is my sister. This is my twin. I don't have to lie to you. I'm just over here baffled. It's like it doesn't, the lessons just don't permeate it because people are so busy trying to speed to get a relationship that what they're speeding is getting another problem. Her. Bad. There is a fear of being alone. My sister definitely has it. Like, she hates the being alone part. Like, just, it's crazy. So because you all fear to be alone, you will allow a man who is making use for you to keep making use for you just so you can have somebody there. We talked about this before in a previous video as well. That's when you are emotionally dependent on this man. You act like you can't even go a night or day without this man because you are so invested in somebody, and all they do is see the use in you, and their investment has not been returned. Some men fear being alone. Okay, so they'll keep a woman around even if she's not the one. And some of you women are afraid to be alone too. So you'll keep that man around even though you know he knows that you know that you're not his one. So he don't want to be alone, so he won't leave you alone. You don't want to be alone, and you won't walk away. Two people who are afraid of loneliness get together, crashing and burning. It's not going to go nowhere. Vibrations are too low. You may unknowingly become a safety net for him while he continues to search for his forever person. Okay, he may not feel a deep emotional connection with you, but he enjoys having somebody to fall back on. He enjoys having somebody he can keep sticking his penis in without a problem or without paying. He enjoys somebody who keep cooking meals for him, and all he got to do is show up and eat. He don't have to provide no groceries. He enjoys that because you keep giving that energy off. Useful woman. You're so useful, but just so useless to yourself, but so useful to him. Meanwhile, he's still emotionally open to the idea of pursuing someone he finds more valuable. So when a person he finds valuable comes along, his emotions are just all over the place. It just engulfs her. He can't wait to love her all the way through. You saw that in another video with a boy when a sister asked him about how he was with one girl for 10 years and he got with the other girl and married her. And he said, because she didn't nurture me. So when he got with the one who nurtured him, his emotions just overflowed and he captured her. While he said the first one was a nagging and she just was arguing. He just hated being there. He wasn't happy. We had two similar stories like that. He knows you're settling. Oh my God. Once he realized that you're settling with him and he know that he has displayed time and time again that he don't want you, Mariah the Scientist. He has displayed time and time again that you are not her, Mariah the Scientist. You're settling. He's going to use that to his advantage. Of course, he's going to make use for you. Because if you knew better, you would do better. But because you act like that is the end all be all, baby, let's run this game until I don't need you no more. Young thug. Okay. A man consents when a woman isn't holding him to his high standards. If you're giving him everything, your time, your energy, your love, your money, your loyalty, without requiring him to reciprocate or step up, he'll take what's offered without thinking twice. I told you. That example who I had did the same thing. I ain't asked you to do it. You did it on your own. But never stopped me from doing it, though. Still took it in strides and took it and used it to his advantage. Never said, hey, stop right there. I don't like you like that. I don't need that. Don't send me anything else. Still accepting it. Still accepting it. Still accepting it. With no intentions of going nowhere with me. And I was speeding fast, crash and burn. He knows you're selling for less than you deserve, and he takes advantage of that because why else would he not? While you're investing in him, he's saving his energy for someone he sees as a better match, the person that example married. He saved all of his energy for her and gave me nothing but what I let him settle. I settled. I didn't hold him to a standard. Didn't hold him accountable to be a man. Guess what? That's okay. The other girl apparently did because he married her. Now, how do you avoid this trap? We already talked about them standards. You got to set them standards early. Your expectations need to be loud, proud, and clear. Set them. Never deviate from them. I don't care who is involved. You already set them. They don't go anywhere. They may get firmer, but you do not relax them for any man at any time. Recognize inconsistent effort. Once the behavior starts turning inconsistently, don't turn a blind eye to it and act like you don't see it. Recognize it. You can either call it out so that it can be talked about, or you can move around it, lower him down on your roster. Give him less time and attention that you've been giving him because you've noticed that he is no longer doing the things that he was doing. Why would you keep giving him the same love and attention if he is not returning that to you and you can see that? Don't overgive. I told y'all no more overextending, no more overdoing, no more overloving, no more overliking. You don't do any of that. You let that pour into you because you've poured enough of you into others. You should feel depleted by now. Stop doing that. Trust his actions and not his words. Listen, Actions speak louder than words. We've heard it 1,000 times, but it's very clear now. You can tell when a man does not like you back, and you can tell when you're being used. If you are actually to the point where you actually can't tell no more, then baby, you're the problem. And I told you, go to 31 days to hit internal satisfaction and go heal whatever that blockage is that's making you not be able to see that these actions don't match nothing with these words. You want these words to be so true. Yeah, it's something deep rooted in that. Abandonment issues, attachment issues, mother issues, father issues, whatever the issues is, go back to 31 days internal satisfaction. Find the problem and heal it before you step back into this dating realm and keep getting the wool pulled over your eyes because you think you're smarter than him and he knows better than you. So, a man who keeps you around for years without committing isn't confused. He knows exactly what he's doing. You're confused. He's confused you enough for you don't even want to walk away because you feel like if you walk away, somebody behind you is going to get treated better. That's the idea. It was never you. So you can't worry about who he going to treat better after you. He didn't treat you right while he was with you. So stop worrying about what comes after. You don't even know what the future going to bring. She may get the same hell. You can't worry about that though. In a moment right now, it ain't you. So move around it. He sees your usefulness, but doesn't see you as a woman he wants to build a life with. It's evident. He'll hold on to you for 6 months, 6 years, 6 decades. And when his woman comes along, you will be burnt toast, left in a bad past while he walks away with her and give her everything that you asked him for without a problem. Stop being the placeholder. Walk away and make room for the man who will cherish your value, not use you as his utility. Okay? It's going to require you to heal though. Because as long as your energy and vibrations are low, it is no way that somebody is going to be able to be attracted to you except the ones that are down there with you. You're going to be the ultimate prize for them because he know you don't think better of yourself. He already know he don't got nothing going on. Y'all going to mesh well, in your opinion. You're going to think y'all going to level up. He going to take you further down while he levels up. Walk away. You don't need closure. The only closure you need is to remind yourself exactly how this person did not treat you well. The only thing people remember is people who treat them good. If you still worry about somebody who treated you bad because you still there, then you are the problem, sis. You are the problem. Never confuse being useful with being valuable. When dating, evaluate how each man treats you. Again, the roster. Go down your checklist. You're going to have to go through it several times. Every 3 months, every 6 months, every 9 months. Every year, checking things off. And the ones who don't add up, lower them to the bottom of the roster and bring those up who are adding up to the top. And then eventually start cutting them off. Close chapter. Never to return to spin that block again. Does he reach out to you when he needs something? Or does he genuinely seek you to connect and invest with you? He only call you when he needs you to do something? He want to talk about something negative? Or does he call you when he has a triumph? He wants to share that happiness with you and pull you into it and say, hey, let's go celebrate. You don't get those calls? Get rid of them. Being of value starts with knowing your own worth and refusing to settle for men who only see you as an option or a utility. You got to recognize it first, sis. I can't do it. I can speak to you like I am in these videos. A lot of y'all don't watch them all the way through. You're going to be the reason why you still get done the same way time and time again. With that one egg that all those eggs in that one basket. He's going to take advantage of you every time. You though, because it won't be me anymore. Value yourself first and the right man will follow suit. I tell you all the time, you will teach somebody how to love you. You will teach somebody how to value you. But if you do not love and value yourself, if you feel like you can't wait to tell a story of what happened with the ex, how invaluable you was to him, but how very much useful. If you're talking about that, then of course I'm going to take notes so I can use it against you. Because I know you ain't going nowhere. You just told me this stupid story. Versus you making it seem like every man you've been with or connected with has treated you like the queen that you are. Now you teaching him something. Because now he know you ain't even finna play the radio with him. Value yourself first, sis. Stop being so useful and learn how to be valuable. Valuable women walk away when they're not being valuable. Useful women will stay right there and continue to be the doormat that they've been for thus far. Which one are you? Valuable or useful? Don't be Mariah the Scientist and wait till it's too late and get your feelings hurt publicly. Everybody laughing at you. Tune in tomorrow for our next topic. Can't wait to see y'all.